Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the WCS Season 2 Finals. I'm djWHEAT, joined, of course, by Oh, wait, no, let me start. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 8-Bits version 0.7. Hello, how are you? Thanks for joining us on this Friday afternoon, where we get to talk about this week's gaming news, JP, even though we've kind of, we were abducted for 3 weeks. Abducted.
Yeah. But, I mean, there wasn't that much that happened in the 3 weeks, really.
Nah.
I mean, this was kind of the big week, I think.
Sure. Let's just pretend like video games
there were no games
themselves
that came
on
out
hold.
Next week and the week before.
Oh, no.
There was like a JRPG and some other stuff.
Some other things.
But this week's good. This week is a good week to come back.
It is. It's
and then
nice
we'll be
to
off
be
again
back.
next week.
And yeah. That's
schedules, man.
Actually, is it next? Oh, yeah, PAX. Oh,
yeah,
my God,
PAX
it's
is
coming
next
up. It's coming up. We'll talk a little bit more about PAX, I think.
PAX.
So before we get started in all this, though, we are gonna make a sort of a statement or a declaration or just throw it out there. Yeah, about how we've been talking a little bit about the format of the show. Obviously, we've been doing.
Right.
It's like we've done 6 episodes now, and with each one, we change a little bit until it becomes a show that obviously we think you guys like, and we've gotten a lot of great feedback. So thank you for that. But we basically said that we wanted to kind of do away with the bits for a show and have a more free-flowing show, so that we could not restrict ourselves as much. Basically, we want to go from wearing tidy whities to boxer briefs. Like in this show, we're going to try it out and see how it goes. Is that fair enough to say?
Yeah. Boxer briefs always.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, not tidy whities.
Yeah, not tidy
Yeah,
whities.
my kid actually I didn't know it could happen that early at like 6 or 7. He's like,
dude, your kid's coolest kid in
I
school,
want to
man.
wear daddy, he's like, you want to wear about, yeah. So word.
There you go.
He gave up all the Angry Bird tidy whities that you could imagine, dude.
He's moving on up.
Imagine. And crazy.
He gets it.
Crazy.
Welcome to 8-Bits, a show where we talk about djWHEAT's kid
No.
and what he's wearing to school. Is Monday his first day back, Wheat?
No, he's been back since last week, actually.
Oh, okay. There's like 3 schools, like literally 3 blocks from me, and I don't know when any of them start here. So I'm a little bit worried about it because I go out every day around 3 o'clock, go get food and stuff. But I don't want to go out anymore if that's when school's getting out, because it could be a madhouse.
Right? Yeah.
So
it's already crazy, and I live pretty close to the school, so like now in about 20 minutes you'll start hearing it sounds just like flocks of birds, out randomly
chirp.
out in the street. Yeah. So as they all get out and start getting out there for recess. So, yeah. Anyway,
God.
So piece format. Let's just see how this goes. And but we're going to kind of keep a lot of the same stuff that we like to talk about. One of those is obviously now playing. What in the hell? Well, you know what? Hearthstone, tomato, whatever.
I thought it was just Hearthstone.
Hearthstone, fucking.
I've never heard anyone call it Hearthstone. Now you're fucking with the world.
I also say wolf, and I don't wolf.
What's the other way of saying it?
Wolf.
Oh, are you saying like the dog bark? I thought you were saying wolf, like
what?
Wolf Schroeder, the cast.
Never mind. I think it's I don't. No, JP. It's a Midwest thing, I think. And since you're,
I say if you're saying like the dog noise,
Roof?
like woof. I say it like woof.
Roof.
Well, that starts with an R. That's rough. That's
right.
That's
but
not the W.
I'm just wondering which one you go with.
Shit, I don't know now because we've said all these things. Ask me later on in the show, and it'll be.
How about both?
Anyways.
People hate me for this. Like, I actually have anti-Reddit threads against me for both.
I say both. I guess I pronounce the O a little bit harder.
Both. No, there's an L in both, if you didn't know.
Both.
Apparently.
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing.
It's like a Midwest thing. So anyway. What the hell? We're
weird
both
start to
playing
the show.
Hearthstone. So we're going to talk about that all by itself.
Yeah. Later on. Well, I mean, you want to talk about it now?
Fuck it. Yes.
Okay.
Because you apparently don't like it.
I don't.
JP, let me imagine. Let me just okay, because JP, let me break it down like this. JP comes to me, he tells me a story. He's like, "Yeah, Wheat, I'm not playing it anymore. It makes me rage too much, you know." And I'm just like, wow, you know, I haven't played in 2 days. Like, I can't wait to get back on the game. It's like, and here's what I'm imagining in my head, JP.
Yeah.
Is that JP just meets the hottest chick ever, and she just wants JP's penis really bad. And so, you know, this intense, sexually heated night happens, and there's one of these weird freak sex accidents where, you know, maybe your dick kind of like folds in half when it shouldn't, and you're just kind of like, you know what, I'm not that interested in sex for a while. What happened in Hearthstone? What was the freak accident, or what happened, JP?
I don't know.
What happened?
I think, I was talking with I might have said this to you. I think I was talking to Sean about it as well, Day 9, and I don't know if the decks that I'm building are bad, or if I make bad decisions within the game. Like, I don't know where the fault is within the game. I have a hard time deciding, like, what I'm doing wrong in that game, right? Because, like, I have within the game, there's 9 classes. One of the classes is warrior, and
right.
I built like a rush deck, right? It's got a lot of charge. It's got a lot of weapon buffs, some cards that come into play that like take your weapon damage.
Which sounds really reasonable.
And then I have so he has another card called Shield Block, which gives you 5 armor and you get to draw a card. So I stack armor and get up to like 15 armor like round 4 or 5, and then that's when I start playing all these charge cards. And like, it works until I get to round 7, and then they throw like this crazy taunt card down, which if you throw a taunt card down, for those that haven't played, you have to hit that first before you can attack them.
Right.
And I'm like, well, fuck, that's game. Like, I can't do anything. And I just sit there like drawing cards until I can like whittle them down. So I don't know. Like, I think that
you got some frustration versus certain matchups, it sounds like, because that doesn't happen all the time.
But this also happened with Scrolls, right? Like, I loved Scrolls when it first came out.
Oh yeah, right. That's right. That's right.
Game.
I never played it.
Yeah, and it's completely different style, blah blah blah. But I loved it when it first came out, and then I start to play more, and I think what it is the randomness of, or I guess the luck of drawing, right? Like, because you can top deck the best card in the world sometimes, or you can just draw like complete shit.
Yes.
And I think not having that under my control infuriates the shit out of me, because I know, like, I'll be playing like an awesome. I think I played this priest, right, and I got him down to like 6 HP by like turn 5, right?
Yeah.
And then he throws down. Is it Light Spawn? Is that the one that matches its HP with the?
Oh no.
The attack.
No, that's
Light something. It's one of their.
Yeah, it might be. It might
cards.
be Light Spawn.
One of their minion spawns, and so he comes into play, and it's like 6/6, and he does something to increase its HP to like 11/11, and then he doubles it to 22/22. And then he doubles it again to 44/44, and I'm just like, well, what the fuck do I do here? And he just one-shots me the next round. And I'm like, that's fucking stupid. Like, oh, that's what frustrates the shit out of me, man.
Right. No, I mean, there's certainly those games that are frustrating, but I guess, like, in the Magic that I've played, that's happened to me before as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and maybe that's just me not respecting card games or having that knowledge already.
I mean,
I also feel like every card in Hearthstone is completely broken. Like, every deck has like a crazy fucking overpowered card that I'm just like, well, that's fucking ridiculous. Like, what is this bullshit?
You know, the thing, JP, is that I'm okay with that because, first, designed by choice, right? So you can still choose whether this goes in or whether it doesn't, and sometimes it can be situation, and sometimes it can just be, save you, whatnot. But don't you think that the game is designed so anyone could come in, anyone could play the game and enjoy it, but there still is at least some level of complexity that someone can dive into. How far that complexity is, I don't know. I've heard a lot of people discussing other card games during all the Hearthstone streams, and it's interesting to see them, draw comparisons. Obviously, some people have just been like, oh, well, Hearthstone is someone last night said it's the kiddie version of Magic the Gathering.
Right.
And
I think that's by design. Like,
right.
If you go to like Hearthstone.com or whatever the URL for it is, it's like, what is the tag that Blizzard's using? I don't want to. Let me go look real quick. It's basically like simple to play, hard to master, or deceptively simple, insanely fun, a fast-paced strategy card game for everyone.
And
they made it rhyme. God damn it, Blizzard, you guys are smart.
And that's just it. Like you have to look at it. Like the folks who are saying this isn't enough for me, fucking guess what? There's actually 4 other games out there that are much more complex,
right? That
you will probably find much more enjoyable. That's what I have discovered with Hearthstone. But what I've also discovered is that it is, because it's so simple and because it's so like just sit down and do it and get up and come back and do it and leave and not it. I don't choose to spend 4 or 5 hours crafting decks, and maybe I won't be amazing because of it, but I can enjoy the fuck out of myself for those 2 hours that I'm just screwing around. How long that'll last, I don't know, but it's
maybe
fun.
That's what it is too. Because like when I made this warrior deck on, I think that was Monday. Basically, what I did is like, I picked warrior and I just threw in like 30 cards that looked cool, and then I queued up. And then as I was playing the game, I was like, you know what? This card doesn't really fit what I'm trying to do. Let's move that out. Let's put these in. And like that process was fun, right? For the 3 or 4 hours that it took to kind of grind that out. But then as I like perfected the deck in my mind, I'm like, well, why the fuck isn't this winning? Like, this should win every fucking game, but it's not because they play some bullshit card.
Right, exactly.
Or like I had the first deck I played was the Warlock deck, and I think this is kind of, I was watching you stream for a little bit last night, and it was kind of what you were playing it around, or maybe it was Rob Simpson. We're just having like big ass creatures and a lot of taunt cards, and you keep drawing cards until you can kind of whittle them down and play some crazy cards. And I would throw down like, I don't know, like a Void Terror, which is a card that takes the cards adjacent to it and combines their HP and attack into the Void Terror, right? Just for people that don't play the game. So I would get cards like 16/16, and it fucking gets.
And then you'd get silenced.
Or it gets silenced the next round. Yeah, like, I understand that's the game, right? Those things are in place so you don't like just win automatically. But man, is that infuriating. That is like the most infuriating.
I mean, that shit happens in Magic too. I just I don't know. JP, you asked the question originally. Like, I don't know if it's a game problem. I don't know if it's a JP problem.
Right.
I'm gonna have to diagnose this as maybe a JP problem.
It might be a JP problem.
You know what? How about you check out like what is it? Soul.
Oh, is it the other card game that came out this week?
Soulforge is.
That came out this week.
No, Soulforge didn't come out this week, did it?
Yeah, Giant Bomb had a quick look of it, yesterday or so. So I think it's out.
Open beta, yeah. Yeah, like maybe you should try this, or maybe check this out a little bit. So the other thing
it also might have just been that I played like 40 hours over the course of like 3 days. Like, I played a shit ton of the game when it first came out. It had its hooks in me very, very early, as I think it does with everyone that plays it, because it is incredibly addictive.
Dude, I'm playing this too. I'm gonna get on this. This is gonna be on my
You
list
gotta play
next week, dude.
Soulforge?
Well, or the week after. Yeah, so yeah,
It might be
I
fun.
am. I'll check it out. Right? Like, I think what's cool. Okay, here's the other thing, JP.
Yeah.
I can't wait till I can play Hearthstone on my fucking iPad, dude.
Yeah,
Because
I mean, you
forget
can
about
tell
it,
it was
right?
built.
Like, if I can just be taking a shit and playing Hearthstone in the
You
arena.
can tell it was built for that too.
Oh,
Like,
man.
Even the board itself is like a 4:3 aspect ratio.
Fantastic.
Or like an iPad size ratio. I don't know if that's 4:3, but it's definitely made for that, or built with that in mind is maybe the better way to say that.
Maybe we open up the phones later if anyone's played Soulforge that wants to call in, and I'd love like the 2-minute, maybe compare it to Magic, compare it to Hearthstone if you've watched it. And
someone was saying it was more snowbally.
Oh, really? Which you would probably hate, right?
I would probably. Well, I think.
Or
I
would you like it? Okay.
I might enjoy that.
Like, because at least
I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with Hearthstone. Maybe I just need to make another deck. Like and this is the thing. Like, I think I actually like the game because I'll spend like as I'm going to sleep. I'm like,
what? Oh, sorry. Like a random video just started playing.
Like as I'm going to sleep, I'm like, man, maybe I should make like a mage rushdown deck because they have all those secrets, and like they have all those freeze cards, and it could really get me out of some. And they have polymorph. Like, what if I just incorporate all these charge cards that are neutral that I could put into that deck, and just rely on like Fireball and Pyroblast? And now I'm like, well, fuck. Maybe I should go do that. Maybe I should go play the game more. And then get really upset when I actually make the deck, and I don't know. I play a shaman with bloodlust or some crazy OP card. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe Arena's
bloodlust
the best
cards are nasty.
I feel like Arena might be more fun.
I've watched a few other people stream just to get ideas. I think it's actually. I think that's why everyone who's watched Hearthstone is like a fucking expert at the game, because I've watched guys and gone, oh. That's a good idea. That's something maybe I'd like to try. So you got to imagine that, man, everyone's a bona fide fucking
expert. Yeah, I've been watching Crip play a lot, Cripari, and he's actually, in my opinion, probably one of the best streamers when it comes to the game and like being good at it. I watched him the other night. I think he did an arena run to 9 wins with like 2 losses or 1 loss on I think he was playing a Hunter Beast deck or something like that. But he's a lot of fun to watch. Rekful's been like using some deck that a Blizzard employee gave him. It's like crazy fucking good. I think it's a Warlock deck. It's like built around taunts, but he also does a lot of damage with it. So
I like the taunt Warlock decks as well.
That was my first deck that I built.
I agree with those in chatters that Trump is kind of he's kind of a baller at the game. I watched him like pound some arenas.
He's already GM.
What? Oh, I don't know about ranked, but I watched him hit GM in an arena, and from what I understand, he's done it a few times. So
that's the other thing too. I don't know how the rank system works. Like, is it just cumulative wins, or?
I'm not quite sure how it works either. And there were people speculating that it actually that at least the standalone ranked, had kind of stopped.
Yeah.
Or maybe it had. I don't know. Stopped. It had locked. I
got up pretty quick to gold or gold 1 or 2 in like 10 wins, and then I've just sat there, and I don't know if that's because I've been losing with the warrior deck or like.
No, because I've won like 10 easily, sitting on 3-star platinum, waiting to go to diamond, and unless
they might have locked it or something. I don't know.
I have no idea. So, anyway.
I think I need to play Arena. Maybe the shitty thing.
Arena's fun as shit.
Yeah, I was actually watching you for a bit last night when you made the. I think it was the Paladin deck in your first go in Arena. How'd that end up?
No, I don't.
You lost the first game.
No, that was the Paladin deck was just a test thing.
Oh, did you make the Warlock deck?
I made a kind of weird Warlock deck that went.
I saw
3/3.
the first game that you played, and like
It sucked.
You just like stared at the screen for like 30 seconds, and then time ran. I'm like, wait, you didn't attack with like 4 of your cards, and you were really upset. What just happened? You were so pissed off at yourself. It's like, yep, that's Hearthstone. Like, you fucking hate life right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it gives you that ounce, that little glimmer of hope.
And then all of a sudden, a huge combo comes out.
Yeah, and it's like, God damn it.
But that's cool. I don't know. There's a lot of mind games that happen with it. I really want to see what happens with the expansion of the beta. When does the game actually come out? These are the things.
That's true. I've been hearing 2014 is when it's actually coming out, which is kind of crazy, right?
How long do you think the beta would be? God, that can't be right.
How long does it need to be?
I think, dude, it's my feeling that the game is done. Balance it out, maybe a little bit. I thought the beta was purely for real money transactions.
Yeah, to see if that works, see if that system works.
Knock. Like, the money's going to be rolling in for Blizzard. It's going to be fucking rolling in. Start fucking pulling the lever on the...
They're going to make a fortune with that game. Man. Especially if they keep expanding on, like, heroes or cards. Like, they could still throw in, like, a Death Knight or a Monk or new heroes that you can use for each of the classes that give you different abilities. Like, that shit would be a lot of fun. And one thing, and I guess, do you have anything else to say about Hearthstone?
Nah, man, no. Yeah, make a transition.
All right, let's make a transition. So, Blizzard understands streaming and what that does for your game, right?
Yes.
Because it came out last Friday, and now literally every fucking person I know is talking about Hearthstone. They all want a Hearthstone key, Hearthstone this, Hearthstone that. It had like, I think I saw it cap out around 60,000 people watching on Twitch.
And it has constantly been in the top 10 since the moment it came out. And I would even venture to guess top 5, but there might have been a couple times where it dropped low. But yeah, it's been pretty high.
So Blizzard gets that. They understand what that advertising does for your game, right? On the flip side, let's talk about Final Fantasy XIV and how idiotic Square Enix is in a multitude of ways. So, first thing, they had their open beta phase 4 last weekend.
Right.
You still can't stream it. They still won't allow you to stream the game.
Okay.
Early access starts
I'll hold off my
in what time is it? Early access starts in about 16 hours. You still cannot stream early access.
Why would you not be able to stream early access?
You cannot stream the game until Tuesday morning at midnight, I think.
What are they so afraid of? What are they so afraid of, JP?
I don't know.
I mean, you know what? I get it, right? Like a single-player game. It gets leaked. Someone has it on Xbox 360. They pirated a week early. You know, that makes a lot of sense. Shut that shit down. A game where it is like it's up to your game and your business's success for people to buy and or download or get engaged with the game. What the fuck, man? I'm telling you, the people that are figuring out, JP, that they're gonna start. You talk about snowballing; they're the ones that are gonna start snowballing with this stuff.
Yeah.
It's
huge infuriating,
mistake.
man. And the other crazy thing, I honestly feel like their entire North American department is run by like a 14-year-old trying to solve all these problems. And then the Japanese side of the company wakes up and they're like, "Oh shit! Have you seen what's going on in North America? Like last weekend, for example." Starting, I think the first of the earliest reports. So it started on early access for Phase 3. People started Friday morning at 2 a.m. Pacific. So if you played Phase 3, you could play in that Phase 4. And Phase 4's characters will be carried over into live, right? So whatever people leveled last week is going to be there tonight when early access starts. On Friday, I think about midday Central, there was an error. 30, I forget what number it was, 3205 or something like that.
Uh-oh.
And it wouldn't let you log. It would log your character out. 3102. It would log your character out, and you couldn't log back in. Okay? And no matter what you do, you couldn't log back in because the game does not kick characters off. There's no AFK thing in the game that'll automatically log you out, as far as I know. So this issue lasted from Friday. It affected me Saturday evening. Finally, when the beta is about to shut down Monday morning at 2 a.m. Pacific, they're like, hey guys, we figured out the problem. You've got about 30 minutes left to play. We figured it out, but we can't actually log you guys out. So can you go into this forum and post your character name in the server that you're on, and we'll go in and log you out.
What?
So they used a fucking forum post, Wheat, that had over 30 or 40,000 posts when I posted in it, that they would, I guess, manually go into and type the character in the server name.
Wait a second. You're telling me that on a game that relies on databases and tracking data and information, they could not go in and set like an all offline flag for every fucking character that actually like.
They brought down the servers. It didn't change shit. The characters were still like bugged and logged in. And apparently, this was a bug that was known about in 1.0 when the game first came out.
God, man, remember?
So listen to this. It gets better, Wheat. It gets better.
Oh God,
so,
it can't get any better.
They finally get most of the people out, right? This is at like 2 a.m. Monday morning. They're like, all right, guys, look, we know a lot of you haven't been able to play. We're going to extend the beta. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, they're going to extend the beta. We're so excited. For 4 hours. So up till 6 a.m., you guys can play all you want. But who the fuck in America on a Monday morning from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. is going to play except for the hardcore of hardcore players, right? Everyone's got to work. Most of the MMO players are a little bit older these days. They got to work the next day. No one's up. Like, oh, it's so frustrating. And now everyone that was able to stay in the game the entire time, like I'm playing with a couple friends. They've got, so the level cap in the beta was, or early access was 20. You could level as many characters as you wanted at 20, or as many classes on your character to 20. So I got 1 to 20 in like 6 or 7 hours. My friends got like 6 of their fucking classes to level 20 and like leveled crafting and shit. So now I'm like so far behind, right? And I had this, I blew up on Twitter the other day, and a lot of people are like, just don't play with like a hardcore mindset. It's like, that's where I get my fun from the game, right? So now it's like, do I play this game that I can't even start till tomorrow afternoon due to other obligations for streaming and whatnot? Or do I just like not play it because of Square Enix's idiocy?
And this is the question is really the most important one, is that will you? Because if the game is decent enough, so that's the other thing.
It's a good game. That's the thing. Like it's fun. I enjoy the game when I can play it.
Just to be clear, there's no reason for them to be like, we don't want people to stream it because it's a piece of shit.
No, like that's,
yeah, everything that you have said, right, is that it's decent.
It's good, yeah. Like I don't know why they're not letting people. The game is story based. Like there are a lot of cutscenes that are like showing what's going on in the game and what. So I guess that's why they don't want to show it.
That's why. It is for sure.
It's fucking frustrating.
It is.
Because the other thing is, and I don't have any actual proof for this or any actual numbers, but 1 to 20 took me like 6 or 7 hours. And someone took the XP required to level from 20 to 50 and kind of broke it down on how long that would take. And they said it would take about 3 times as long. So by Sunday evening, with the game launching officially on Tuesday, people will already be cap level, apparently. So for Square Enix, like, for people to be able to stream the game on Tuesday and not show any of the leveling and just show the end game, if there's nothing to do at end game, which I think they said there's like 1 dungeon you can run like hard modes of all the dungeons in the game or something, that's going to be a terrible fucking thing to show.
Real bad thing, sure.
Because it's going to show like a very tired person grinding out dungeons that they've already done. it's not going to be fun. So I'm worried about it. I don't know.
All right.
It's silly.
If you end up streaming, I'm definitely going to check it out.
I'll stream it on Tuesday or whenever they let us stream.
I think you should just stream it. I think we should just. Man, you know what? If every person watching right now, who had a Twitter account, tweeted to the Square Things man, it would be. I might buy this game if I could just see it streamed and blah blah blah. It'd be so great. And if enough people, I have to imagine some have been saying that there have been streams up. And
well, there was I think Chaotix, the League of Legends guy, streamed it for like 3 hours and then realized that he couldn't stream it. And I don't know if they like shut his account down or what, but I think he turned. It might have only been 20 minutes. I don't know how long he was streaming.
All right.
I think Tally might have like special access to stream early I'm not sure. He said he was going to be.
You know what, JP? I bestow upon you special access to stream Final Fantasy 14.
Oh God, they'll close my account. They'll be like, look at this guy, look at this motherfucker. Like, what's this jackass doing? So I don't know, man. That whole thing, I got real salty about it last week, man. I was just so upset at like how stupid they could be.
Kind of been a salty guy.
Yeah, then I was playing. Maybe that's why I was so pissed at Hearthstone, because I took that rage and played Hearthstone and got really upset when I would lose in that game.
All right.
So yeah.
All right, another thing we've been playing, Payday 2.
Yeah, it's good.
It is good. So Payday, real quick, I guess if you never played it, it's a game where you play a bank robbers or thieves, or it depends on the scenario, and it's kind of like Left 4 Dead in some ways, but much different. Because it has like that horde mentality, but it also can be much different because there's a lot of decisions to be made to make it sort of stealth based, or a lot of decisions to be made just based off of what you want to do. I played a little bit of the first Payday and I liked it, but really the thought of sort of the progression based mechanics that they put into Payday 2, that's what I was excited about. The thought of different classes and sort of different weapons, really more customizable. And I played about 6 hours or so. Played a little bit with my kid, which is, was fun. But I got to say, I was a little surprised, JP. Maybe it's just me, but the game's progression seemed a little bit too slow.
In what sense?
In terms of like how quickly I was going to be getting more access to guns and
really,
yeah. Maybe not so much in level, but in money, and I don't know. Again, like
were you only doing like normal level jobs?
I was playing with my kid, like I said. Like I had never. We did one like plus overkill job or whatever.
And it probably went horribly wrong. Right?
And I'm pleased, do not think I'm saying that this game is just a fucking grind. I'm actually wanting to know if it gets better.
So because I'm level like 12 or 11. And it seems like every other level you're getting access to like a new gun. But you still have to buy it, right? And they start costing like 60, 70 grand each. When you're getting like 20 or 30 grand a mission. But I really, and I think I've like stressed this to everyone that I play, like if you're going to play Payday and you want to have like the max amount of fun, you want to max out the fun meter, right? You have to play it with 3 other people that you're on Skype with.
Right.
Because then you can start doing like these hard missions or these overkill missions. Because communication's like
it's
fucking
so important. You can't really
and you start getting like 100,000 a mission when you do that.
There's a couple people in here that are agreeing that there's definitely a grind. In fact, it's a couple of folks saying at level 50 it's almost a complete grind. Cletus Bojangle said there's a few missions that you can kind of grind a certain way to maybe make it a bit faster. But that's the thing is that it's a good game. Like I just kind of wish the progression, and maybe the point is that like Left 4 Dead, like a TF2, like these games that are play forever, that's the type of game and the type of guy that it reaches. But I have to admit, JP, this is a casual game for me. right? Like I'm going to open it when there's that rare chance that there are 4 people, or my kid wants to play it for a couple hours or whatever. I'm not going to be waking up Saturday morning and going, gonna get a couple hours of payday in. So it's a fun experience, but I wish the experience was happening more so I could still have fun with it casually, you know, with like the heavy shit. So that's my
how I've
complaint about it
too. To me, it's like I've got 20 minutes to kill on this render. Let's go play like a mission or two of Payday 2, and I'll hop in, and like the gunplay is fun enough for me to where I feel like I can hit the best shots possible, and like you get like a reflection of that when you beat the mission, because you get like what your accuracy was and what your kill count was compared to everyone else, etc.
Sure.
But it's not that game that I can sit there and grind out. The 2 times that I have kind of like, I guess, marathoned it were on a sub Saturday where I was playing with subscribers and with Ryan Moore. We played for like 5 or 6 hours each, 2 Saturdays in a row, and I had a lot of fun with it. There are missions later in the game that are really crazy and really cool. I don't know how far you got in. One of them,
you do the multiple days and stuff.
Yeah, like one of them. I feel like I've talked about this somewhere, but one of them you cook meth.
Yeah.
On the first level. So it's a 3-part mission. So you cook meth, then that mission ends. Then you sell it to these gangsters. They give you a bunch of money, and you can walk away, or you can kill the gangsters and take the money or take the meth back and get like triple the money. And so you do that, and then the third part of the mission is like someone sold you out to the cops, and he's being escorted to some prison with some security detail on a bridge, and you like go in and take all of the money from the bus and kill the guy and like walk out. I ended up making like almost 250 grand off of that, of spending cash, and like Safe House was like 3.2 million or something like that.
Nice.
It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed those missions. I'm not sure how many of kind of varying types those are. I know there's one where you pick up coke and you drop it in boats and stuff like that, and that was kind of fun. There's like 2 or 3 other ones that I know of, but it's a lot of fun. But it's not going to be a game that I sit down like you said on a Saturday or Sunday and marathon through.
Yeah, this is definitely for someone who has like your gaming friends, or that are always together looking for a game to play. Like I'm pretty sure that's why they sell this game in a 4-pack. Because that is absolutely the way it's meant to be played.
And you should, if you're wanting to play Payday, 100% buy the 4-pack. It's $90. You get 4 copies of the game, so it's effectively buying 3, get 1 free. And it's how that game should be played. If you're playing that game or going into that game with, I'm going to play this game by myself and play multiplayer all the way up to level 50.
You're going to have a bad time.
You're going to have, well, it'll be fun like 2 or 3 missions, then you're going to be like, why the fuck did that guy just alert like everyone in the goddamn bank when we could have like walked in? Someone linked me to a video actually a day or 2 ago when I posted my JPOV of it, where they robbed a bank without ever alerting anyone, without killing anyone, without having anyone like go crazy. They did it completely stealth.
Wow.
And that's what like I guess excites me about that game, is that there is that variance that you can do that. They were obviously pretty high level that they were able to do that, but I like that.
AI is kind of horror bad, but apparently they were making some fixes, so I'll be curious to see if they, if that can.
When you were playing with mini-wheat, you had 2 AI partners?
We tried one with 2 AI.
I didn't even know
they
had
had no fucking clue what was going on. And maybe there's a mechanic to like give them orders that I didn't know about, but these guys were dumb as rocks, dude. I might as well have my fucking cats playing. They would have done better.
Didn't know that.
Anyway, Payday 2's out, like JP said. You get the single or the 4-pack, but the 4-pack's the way it is meant to be played for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Saints Row 4.
Have you played any of it yet?
Nope, not a thing. But obviously,
you played Saints Row 3, right?
Yeah, I played all the Saints Row. I mean, I love those games.
Yeah.
I'm curious to hear what you have to say about it. It's one that I'm like, my time right now is so, I don't know how long it'd take me to get through the whole thing, but
Well, me and Ryan Moore on Tuesday started playing at about 10 my time, 10 Central,
Right.
and by about 10:30 that night we had finished it.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, so we didn't do too many. In fact, I think we did one side mission. So we just constantly did the main mission of the game,
Oh, okay.
and it took about 10 to 11 hours on co-op. There was a lot of bugs, and I don't know if they were
Really?
co-op only or if that's just a buggy game.
Can you, like, what kind of bugs?
One of them, we got into one mission where like the NPC wouldn't move forward and progress the story forward. It just like sat there. We didn't know what caused it. The last mission, or second to last mission of the game, I had a hard freeze at one point, which we had to redo the entire mission again. It didn't save any checkpoints, and that was really annoying. But I guess the best thing to say about Saints Row, and this is what kind, like, it was incredibly frustrating when I had these bugs, right? But Saints Row offers, and this is same Saints Row 4 and Saints Row 3. They offer something that only those games and only games in general can like give you, right? Only that type of medium or media can give you. It's this fucking batshit insanity happening on the screen, just like the craziest fucking thing happening, and then they tie it with licensed music that just makes it fucking magical.
Yes.
There are like. Saints Row 3 had a bunch. And I could talk about one of them because it's Saints Row 3. It's been so old. When Kanye West's Power comes on, and you're like jumping from a helicopter to parachute down onto the top of a building, that is fucking great. Like, it's actually an adrenaline pumping scene just because the music is there and it ties so well. Saints Row 4 has like 5 or 6 moments like that. The majority of them are fucking hilarious, and the one towards the end of the game, Ryan didn't know the song, which really infuriated the shit out of me. But being like growing up in the '80s, I knew the song, and it was tied with this moment where like you get this crazy, awesome fucking item, the music kicks in, and you're just like, this is the best game ever. I don't care anything what happened prior to these bugs. Like, this is fucking what video games are about. This is awesome.
Can I just guess what the song is?
Yeah, go ahead.
Does it happen to be You Got the Touch?
Yes, it is that song.
Fuck, man, like just the way you described it and Ryan not knowing it and you being mad, I'm like, it's got to be that song, right?
Item, and all of a sudden it goes, dun, dun, you got the touch, and I'm like, oh my god, this is incredible.
I felt like there's only one song. You said 80s, and
yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. And then like they have like all this crazy shit going. Like the people are talking to you, and they're like, "You can do it, man. You can do it. Go take them out." It's like, you got the touch. It's perfect. It's incredible, man.
So should people buy like? There's a couple guys said, "Yeah, I wish the engine got a little bit better."
That's the other thing that I have troubles with the game. Like, it was meant to be DLC for Saints Row 3 initially, and they turned it into a full game.
Yes.
So there is a lot of, I would say like 70% of that game you have seen before. The entire world of Steelport is the exact same world with like some different textures on it.
Okay.
And that's a little bit unfortunate. I didn't notice that until the end of the game when I was walking around, but the superpowers that they put in this game, you get like super speed and super jump, and you can kind of like, when you jump up into the air, you can jump like high as skyscrapers towards the end of the game. It's like crazy how high you can
Crackdown
jump.
style.
It's actually Crackdown, like through and through. There are literal orbs called clusters.
Oh,
and there's like 1,000 of them.
I mean, I love that game. So,
and you can just collect them, and then of course you get higher upgrades for that. But there's a move where you jump all the way up, and then your guy kind of like goes like this, and you can like power bomb down onto a certain area. And once I unlocked that, it was actually just fun to like log in and just do that and mess around in the world. You can run up the sides of buildings. Like they made the game like a ton of fun in that aspect. But the moments in that game where the crazy shit happens, like it's just awesome. And the music, they make fucking fun of like every game out there. They have an entire mission that's making fun of Metal Gear Solid, and it is fucking hilarious because it's just through and through all the dumb shit that happens in Metal Gear Solid happens in the game, and they rip the fuck out of it. It's awesome.
Man, I don't know. We'll have to see what time permits, but I think for me, either it will be the best Steam sale game ever, or I'll get on it. I'll get on it soon enough.
It's great. I love the shit up. But Saints Row 3 was like my favorite game when it came out like 2 years. I think it was 2 years ago, which is kind of crazy to think about. The guns in that game are fucking stupid, just like you would expect them to be. There's like a dubstep gun, which uses the power of dubstep to like blow people up. There's like an inflato gun where you shoot it on someone and their body starts to inflate, and then it blows up. I use the gun called America, which is this gun. When you pull it out, the star spangled, or no, not what game or what song? Some like American anthem starts when you pull the gun out, and just like fireworks and like tons of bullets just start spraying, and it launches missiles like every second. It's great. It's fucking broken as shit, but it's great.
Nice.
Stars and Stripes. I think that's what it was.
All right. Well, I got another game real quick.
Yeah, what's that?
Has anyone ever heard of the game Game Dev Story? It's made by Kairosoft. So I love Kairosoft games. Admittedly, I'm a huge nut, and so is my wife. This is their webpage. No shit, believe it or not. They're a Japanese company, and they just build these like simulation games. They got like, I mean, they have so many of them: Sushi Spinnery, Dungeon Village, Pocket League Story, Cafeteria Nipponica, Venture Towns, Grand Prix Story, right? Their newest one out. JP.
What's that?
It's called Dream House Days.
What do? Do you make your dream house?
You actually manage an apartment complex.
Okay.
And then you manage all the people's jobs and what you put into the apartments and how you lay everything out, and how high rent is, and it's, god damn it, these games are digital crack.
Really?
They are digital crack, JP.
I've never.
You know, Game Dev Story is so much fun because you're making video games, right? Like it's so much fun. Like I would make the most ridiculous line of offensive video games, and they would just be like bestsellers. And that gameplay got me addicted on this shit. But if you guys like Game Dev Story, I mean, the Kairosoft games, I cannot tell you how many hours the maybe $15 I've spent on their whole library has given me. I don't think there's too many games that reach that whole cost versus, you know, what I got out of it. But
that's good.
Just for any Kairosoft fans out there, it's great, man. Pick it up. Go get it.
So I still have at least one more game to talk about. So I guess what's going to happen is the first hour of the show is going to turn into what we've been playing, which I'm actually okay with. And the second hour we can just do all the other stuff, which works, I guess. We'll see how it goes, guys. We're just shooting shit at the. We are. Seeing what sticks. So last night I played the Bureau XCOM Declassified.
Yeah, and
I actually like it, man.
Really?
Yeah, like I put up a late JPOV of it, and like it's not a fucking amazing game by any stretch of the imagination, but the combat and what it does within the combat is actually fun. It's a little bit Mass Effect-y, if you played that game. Like, there is a literal spell called Lift, and it lifts someone up, and you can all target them, etc., etc. It's not bad. Like, I feel like a lot of people saw the review scores that were kind of low in like the 40s and 50s, and like, well, that game's fucking trash. Like, it's not terrible. I'm enjoying it, I guess. You can see that screenshot right there is that the combat where they're marking the target and whatnot. Yeah. I don't. It's hard to recommend it to people because I definitely understand why people would not like the game. It does a lot of things where you're kind of like, why didn't they make better use of this? For example, there is an entire hub base in the game that has like an armory in it, and there's no, if you've played XCOM Enemy Unknown, there's no like research where you can upgrade your guns or get the enemy's technology, and you just pick up a gun. That's how you get new guns in the games. You pick up a new gun. That's all it is. And so I kind of wish there was some type of upgrade.
I thought they said there was supposed to be some sort of mechanic where like they introduce how some of the guns of current day XCOM come to be because of the technology they pick up. Is that?
There might be. I'm like 3 hours into it. It might come later on.
Okay. Well, fucking.
I think it's like a 10-hour game.
Spoiler.
Yeah. I think it's like a 10-hour game. Graphically, it's not stunning or anything. I turned the film grain off immediately. That annoyed the shit out of me. Because it takes place in 1962, like when the XCOM project was started, and kind of details that whole situation. But if I didn't have Final Fantasy coming out tomorrow, I would probably finish it. But I feel like the next week or so, my time's going to be filled with that game. So,
oh man,
I'll probably go back to it. I feel like this is the game that you're going to buy on a Steam sale for $15 and have a good time with. I think that's the best way to throw it to people. So right now it's $50, and I don't know if I'd recommend it for $50. But it's a cool game. It does everything adequately that it sets out to do.
It's fantastically mediocre, guys. You have one more, right?
Yeah, I actually haven't played it in like a week, but I felt like I wanted to talk about this.
Okay.
Do you like JRPGs?
Some of them.
Like, do you like J-ass RPGs? Because that is what Tales of Vexillia is. This game is. It's like they took a fucking Japanese JRPGs fan wet dream, made a game about it, and this is what Tales of Vexillia is. There are the purest of tropes in this game of anime and JRPGs are in this game. It is actually insanity how many through and through tropes there are, and it's crazy. It's almost too hard to watch.
The Milla Maxwell Collector's Edition.
Did I buy that one?
Yeah.
No, I bought the day one release that came with 2 outfits. It does things like you can edit your character, so you get like costumes within the game.
Yeah.
And you can edit them. So like I have a drippy nose is one of these things that I found, and it's literally like snot that hangs from a person's nose and like drips. But you can put it wherever you want on your character and make it as big as you want or as small as you want. So like I have like the drippy nose coming out of one of the main characters' fucking face, or out of his nose, it's like facing up. So in the cutscenes, it's just like this piece of snot that's going like
what
this.
the
And it makes it so hilarious. Like the main character's got these giant fucking sunglasses that are like this big. I think they're aviators, and then I have like these crazy awesome like speed racer glasses.
That's all nice, and I know you like dressing dolls and stuff. But
fun.
actually, I'm looking at this, and the graphics are pretty sweet. I mean,
it came out in 2011 too. It's a 2-year-old game.
Man, they did a good job. So, is the combat any good? Like, I don't.
The combat is actually like a fighting game. That's the best way I can relate it. So, you're given like an X amount of combo points per reset, and like you can interweave like special moves into that, and like rank your combos up, blah blah blah. And then once you unlock, like, it's basically an ultrameter, effectively an ultrameter. You can like chain link 2 abilities together, or like do a super ability. And then once you get it all the way, you can do like your ultra super move where you can just fucking go off on people. And that's done by like you doing.
And then
move.
your other guys are like AI controlled.
Yeah,
I assume.
Yeah.
So you
but you can also play 4-player co-op in the combat if you wanted to.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
Can you quick switch between them and like do?
You can play any character
shit?
you want. Yeah, later on in the game, you can just.
But
switch
not during battles. You're not doing any sort of quick switches.
No, you can. Like if you want to play, you're playing the main character, and you want to play as this guy for whatever reason. The fight, like you want to cast the spell that she has in a way that only a human could, and not an AI. You could switch to her whenever you want in the fight.
Okay, so I'm about to ask you the most important question that will determine whether or not I'll play this game.
I think I know what it is, but let's hear it.
All right. Do at any point the characters' clothes like, come off because they're in these intense battles? Because, that's like the new thing these days.
No, but there are some incredibly stupid and embarrassing fan service moments within the game.
Okay. Well, that's like a requirement, I think.
There is a scene which I actually have up on my YouTube where you're just walking, right? And for whatever reason, these characters have these little dialogues in the bottom left-hand corner where it just says stupid things.
Right.
This 12-year-old girl who's like the main fan service girl, there's a lot of pedophilia bullshit going on. It's really weird. She has a little, companion named Tipo, which is like this stuffed animal that can talk, basically. That's what it is. And she goes, I'm hungry, we should find some food. Right? And you're like, oh, that's a pretty normal thing to say for a 12-year-old child. And then the little fucking Tipo guy goes, if you don't eat, you'll never grow your bazongas. And it happened, and I'm just like...
Wait, what?
I was just like, wait a minute. Did that just happen? And then, like, right after that...
I wish I knew what the word that was translated...
Apparently, that's the other... My big gripe with the game is there's no Japanese voiceovers in the game. It's only dubbed. It's only dubbed. Apparently, he was more fucking annoying in the Japanese version. He had really high-pitched voice. But man, he said that, and I was just like, what in the fuck did you just say? And like 2 seconds after that, the old guy in the game's like, we should go find a bed so we can have tea, whatever the girl's name is. And I'm just like, this is like a JSRPG, man. This is like 100% what JRPGs are meant to be. So I'm like 18 hours in it or something. I'll probably finish it one day. But
yeah, one day. That's the thing. Yeah,
that's the thing, right? Because it's like a 40 or 50-hour commitment.
Yeah, that's a lot too.
Man, that game.
All right. Well, so now that we've gone through everything, what were the other releases this week?
So there was
Saints Row 4. Obviously, we talked about the Bureau as well.
Splinter Cell Blacklist, man. I'm with you. Like, I'll play a stealth game as long as it's not like a pure stealth game, right? As long as if it has stealth elements, I'm not turned off. But I've watched a lot of streams for Splinter Cell Blacklist, and it looks fun. But I don't know. I haven't bought it because Final Fantasy XIV comes out tomorrow, and I probably won't commit to it. And it'll just sit in my Steam library until I never play it. But it looks like I really want to play that game.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm going to get so frustrated at the stealth aspect of it that I don't want to play that game.
I'm not. I'm going to pass on the stealth.
Yeah.
I also, this morning when JP and I were talking, I was like, do you think they have just like a name generator for Splinter Cell?
They should.
Where it's just like the two words come up or like a random word. And...
Did you play any of the other Splinter Cells?
Yeah, man. Like I played the original.
Like if I say third echelon, does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, of course.
So in this game, the fourth echelon is there.
Stand back, JP.
They just brought it back. They're like, guys, that was a really good name. Let's just bring the fourth echelon back and
bring the fourth echelon.
They have the Paladin, which is their
dude.
It's their airship that never lands. It's their mobile airship where they have like an HQ. And there's like no menus in the game. It all happens within
like
this
Stormwatch
HQ.
too.
It's really like I thought that was really cool. So I don't know. And the online aspect, it's always had that unique multiplayer that you can only find in Splinter Cell games with the spies versus mercs, which is pretty cool. Where it's like 2 spies or 3 spies versus like 4 mercs. It's interesting.
Never been my series, man. Sam Fisher's a cool dude, but never been my cup of tea.
That's the other big thing. He's like 60 years old in this game.
What?
And Michael Ironside, I think, is the guy that used to do the voice for it. He doesn't do the voice anymore. They got because they did all the scenes through motion tracking this time instead of animating it, and so they couldn't use Michael Ironside because I think he's like a short, fat guy or overweight guy, not fat. I don't know why I cared to say that, but whatever. And like they have this guy that's like 30, and his voice totally doesn't match his age. So there's a lot of people that are having issues with that, where the voiceover is like
it doesn't make sense.
It's like a 30-year-old voiceover for a guy that's like 60, which is kind of weird.
Oh God, that sounds kind of weird, dude.
But I think that might be a game that I buy on sale for like winter when there's no games out for the PS3 or for the PS4 or Xbox One.
It's not even a game I'd give a chance, man.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Well, you don't like stealth.
I just don't. I really, 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 really don't. But
the other big game to come out this week, and probably the game that'll eclipse all these other games combined in sales, is Disney Infinite. Did you pick it up for mini-wheat?
So we have this rule in our house.
What's the rule?
The rule is that mini-wheat sort of has this 3-game buffer, and he has to beat games before he can get new games. Because
if I had that rule, I'd be fucking.
I'm the worst, right? Like I am the worst about getting games and not finishing it. Because if I don't like it, I just considering that like I grew up in the era of Nintendo where it's like, maybe every 3 months, 2 months, maybe if I was lucky every month I got a new game. And also considering the challenge of some of the games that I was playing at his age versus,
they lasted a while.
There's some difference because there's a lot of complexity in the games, but he's never played through a Battletoads. He's never had to play a Ninja Gaiden on the. So the rule in our house is that you have to beat a game before you can get a new game because it encourages him to, go through the whole thing.
Sure.
So, we've not yet had a game that has like vetoed that rule. Everything he's beaten, but I have to remind him. I'm like, man, you really want Disney Infinity? It's like, better finish Pikmin. I think I saw that you were only 67% done. What do you like, Pikmin? So it works, but we will, I'm sure. And he was really into Skylanders. I think Disney Infinity took that idea and just obviously they ran with it. Like, I'm not sure if you're even familiar with the Toy Story sandbox mode, but they kind of accidentally came up with this, right? Like, they just sort of added it, and then when the game came out for Toy Story 3, no one gave two shits about the game. Everyone cared about the sandbox mode and, like, how amazing it was that you could just create all these different things and the way you were able to interact with them. So they were like, well, what if we took that, took it to the next level where we gave individual people different abilities within Sandbox and added the stories and added dynamic stories. So if you have certain characters of, that match, then other things unlock. Dude, it prints money.
So do you know how much it cost? Have you seen the prices of it?
Yeah.
It is crazy.
Wait. Who won? Wait, did Tasia just win? Sorry.
I think Tasia just won, yeah.
Tasia won? Oh, shit. What is he doing right there?
Said that innovation can win the whole thing.
Is he just like, God damn it. He's got a smile on his face right now, but oh my God.
Yeah. Apparently the game is crazy. Tasia won 2-1, but have you seen the prices of this shit, Wheat?
Oh, yeah. Let me look at it.
You're fucked. You're going to spend a lot of fucking money. It's $70 for the initial game, and each play set, so each like Cars or Lone Rider is $40 apparently, and it comes with 2 characters and the play set.
So apparently what I need to do is I just need to like make some mini-wheat videos and then just get them to send me all this stuff so that you can just make videos.
Probably.
Yeah, so $75 right off the bat. Comes with the 3 characters.
God, look, it's so expensive, man.
Oh my fucking God.
And look how much the figures are. $14 for a single figure.
It's usually $14 in Skylanders would buy you a 3-pack.
Yeah. And they're also selling these little plates that come in a 2-pack that I think are $5 or $10. I think it's $5. And these plates are random modifiers to the characters within the within the game. So you can get like 5% more damage or something like that. But
it's so ridiculous.
It's crazy, man.
Cha-ching! Cha-ching!
Yeah. I almost went out and got it just because I've never like played like a Skylanders or anything, and the the idea of like placing something onto an object to have it appear in the game almost immediately is like magic to me.
And it is. It's immediate,
Like,
and it is like magic, and it is cool as
like
hell.
if I was a kid, I would love the shit out of this stuff, right? That's like the coolest thing that I think I have seen when it comes to like kid stuff. It'll probably be the biggest thing this Christmas, I would think. It's gonna be like the hard to find item
for games. Yeah.
No, I mean for like kids. It's gonna be like the
yeah. It's gonna be one of the
That thing is making money, man.
It's
everywhere that or anyone that I know that has purchased it, that has kids or just purchased it for themselves, they'll go on like hunts to different stores to like find this one figure that they really want, and they'll walk into the aisle and it's just barren. It's all sold out. It's all gone.
That's good.
So it's a fuck ton of money that Disney's making, and I can only. They'll get me when they throw in Marvel and when they throw in Star Wars.
Right. That's
I'm like,
the
all
big
right,
question that people are kind of waiting for, and it's going to happen, you guys. Like this cast right here. This is the low hanging fruit, man.
Yeah.
Like you think what they could add on top of this. This isn't even their. This is not even like dipping into what really makes Disney Disney.
Yeah,
this is basically like a Pixar.
Disney.
Yeah, this is just like
it's two Pixar and a Jerry Bruckheimer game.
Yeah, exactly. So, oh my God, it's the age range that this will hit to is pretty crazy. So anyway, we're 7 minutes over. We're gonna go a little bit longer today, more than likely. So we're gonna take our break. It'll be about three minutes or so. But when we come back, we'll talk about this week's news. If we have a chance, open up the phone lines and see what else is on our minds as far as the stuff is concerned. So news of the week, other items coming up next here on 8 Bits. Thanks for joining us. We'll be right back after this quick break. Don't go away.